Thank you for coming to today's webinar. My name is Karen Gerberry, and I'm going to talk to you today about how to increase your Ving engagement. Today we're going to cover everything from the facts, the problem, some examples, to just places where you can ask some quick questions and answers. So first, let's talk about the facts. 70% of workers are disengaged. 45% of students are either not engaged or disengaged at school. 83% of patients actually don't follow the treatment that's prescribed by their doctor. These kind of statistics show that there's a problem between us and the people we're trying to communicate with. There's a disengagement that we think communication can really solve the problem for. And so why do we care? We want your communication to be worth it. 80% of most communication efforts are never even opened. But companies with engaged employees outperform disengaged offices by 202%. We think we have the right answer for you. Part of the problem is that the main focus is always put on the content. Often people spend hours working on perfecting content, when really, if no one's ever opened your message, they're not even seeing your perfectly crafted content. So we need to find a way to boost your open rates. Your title is the first thing people see. It's kind of like the cover on a book. When you're walking around picking out a book, often it may come down to what the cover looks like. A well-crafted title will get your content opened and you're one step closer to reaching that engagement. So you may be thinking, I know I need a great title, but how do I write one? There are a few different types of titles that you can use, and depending on the context you're interacting with will depend which type of title you'll want to use. You can try a title that's more engaging, maybe one that gives it a personality, or you may want to stick with something that's a little simpler. I'm going to go ahead and walk you through a few examples. First, we need a scenario. Let's say you have an upcoming event, and you want to make sure everyone opens your Ving. In your digital information packet, you're looking for volunteers to sign up for the event. And the event we're going to give examples for is a 5K Walk for Cancer. Let's say you want to use an engaging style title. Something like, "We Need You" is perfect. It really engages the person. It's telling them why they should care. You could try something that's a little bit more fun. Get off the couch for a good cause. There's a little bit of humor in it. It's something a little bit more relaxed. Something very simple would be volunteer, 5K for cancer. Or another straightforward approach could be looking for volunteers. Those two get right to the point and they tell people why they should open your Ving. There are two other types of titles. One is solving a problem and another is asking the question. When you're solving the problem, you can try and title your Ving something like, "Find plans for this Saturday inside." Someone may be sitting at home thinking, "Oh, I wish I had plans this weekend," which could be the way you ask the question, which is the next one, looking for weekend plans. When you're solving the problem, you're answering their question. So by anticipating someone's question, when they receive your Ving in their inbox, they'll think, "Yes, I am looking for weekend plans." You may want to try out each of these titles. See what your contacts like and what they don't like. Over time, you'll know what works and what doesn't. There are some other best practices. It doesn't just come down to the title. A lot of times we get asked, when should I send my Ving? Think about it. What are your least favorite days of the week? Those are probably bad days to send Vings. Mondays and Fridays are really not great. People are just getting into the groove of things, or maybe people are looking forward to the weekend. Tuesdays and Thursdays are really the best. People have gotten into their week. There's still one more day before the weekend. People are ready to read your content. Wednesdays are somewhere in the middle. It's a good day to reach out to people, but also keep in mind that it's the middle of their week. So they may be reevaluating where they are on projects or updated tasks. What about time of day? Again, think about when you have extra time in the day. First thing in the morning, maybe middle of the afternoon, and right before you leave the office. The next portion of wondering when the right time is to think about what your Ving contains. Do you have a next step in your Ving? Do you want someone to do something else with the content you're providing them? Do you want them to click on a link and sign up for an event? Do you want them to fill out a form? If there's a next step in your Ving, try between 11 and 2 p.m. People will have more time to react and continue on with your Ving. Is it just content that they need to read? First and last thing out of the office are most successful. If you have something that you just want someone to read and sign off that they've gotten it, send it to them first thing in the morning, or you can send it to them at the last thing of the day. And most importantly, build a relationship. It's best to keep in mind that over time, you'll learn what works and what doesn't for each of your contacts. With today's technology, we're all interacting on a day-to-day basis. People get constant communication. If you, over time, build a relationship with your contacts, they're more likely to open your Vings. Also keep in mind that each group of contacts will interact to a certain type of title and to a certain time of day. So there are 5 key takeaways. Remember, your title is a key part of your Ving. Send in the afternoon. Send Tuesday through Thursday. Over time, you'll need to try different title styles. And remember, build a relationship with your contacts. If you have any further questions, please feel free to call in at 330-599-4500, or you can email us support@vingapp.com, or connect with us below at any of our social media sites. We look forward to hearing from you. And as always, it's time to get your Ving on.